Hello, guys. Happy 11/11/2025. Yes, today is a very special day. It's a magical day for those that follow numerology. 11 is a master number. And if you happen to see the numbers 1111, always just kind of take a moment, pause, stop what you're doing, and just think about what you want to create, right? Right? You want to think about like what is it that you want to call in for this chapter. So those who are new, this is Anissa, and I'm sharing my journey as I'm in a new chapter, chapter 50 plus. Yes, a lot of people will call that your midlife. But honestly, to be honest with you guys, I really don't feel 50, nor do I look it. And that's with intention. I'm doing my best to take care of myself. But I wanted to come on and share a video about like what I am doing to maintain the energy of privilege and what I'm doing as I'm up leveling my life, as I'm shifting my identity. You saw that I've been posting videos on shifting my identity, elevating my life, and just really wanted to get to a place at 50 as I reflect today. I have created a list, and the list consists of different areas of my life. I looked at my career in business, I looked at my relationship, my personal growth and development, my health goals, my spiritual goals, lifestyle goals, you know. And I've really been sitting, thinking about chapter 50. What do I want to create in this chapter, right? And some of the things that I do want to create is I want to really, really master my energy in the areas, in certain areas. Like, for example, health goals. I really want to master getting myself to the gym at least 2 to 3 days a week and then increasing it later as I build momentum. I want to focus more on meal prep. You hear me talk about meal prep. You've seen videos. I've made smoothies. I've made vegan options, healthier options to eat. But I really want to take it up another level, right? I really want to show up for myself consistently, right? Because sometimes I do have weeks, yeah, I get off track, right? We all get off track. It happens. Life happens. So I really want to get back on track. I really want to focus on my health. I'm doing really good. I've picked up some supplements like vitamin D and a vitamin K. Um, I've really been looking and researching the supplements that I'm putting into my body. I don't like to just put anything into my body. I like to research. I like to make sure whatever I'm putting into my body, it is sourced ethically and it goes through like third party testing and is grown in, reputable soil. I don't know. With this planet, who knows? Do any country have any good soil, right? Most of the minerals have been depleted because of, hundreds and thousands of years of just farming this land, right? And then also what we've been putting into the land as far as the chemicals, the pesticides, right? That are not good for us. But anywho, I don't worry about that because I believe that God, higher power, knows my intention to put good things into my body. So I really wanted to focus on my health. I've been on a personal growth and development journey since, I don't know, say 20 something, right? I'm constantly reading books. I went to college. I am constantly attending workshops just to network, to learn new things, to keep myself in the game. Since COVID, I haven't really been to any like networking and workshop because of, just COVID. But I really want to get back into like going to personal growth and development just so I can, connect with other like minded people. So I do plan in 2026 to schedule at least one networking, personal growth and development event, right? So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to step my my level up on attending events. Next, as far as lifestyle. So there's a certain kind of lifestyle that I'm trying to reach, and that is a more slower pace lifestyle, a more freedom based lifestyle. And in order to do that, to achieve that, I need to put some things in order, right? And those are the goals that I'm working on because I want to be able to wake up when I want to wake up. If I want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I feel inspired to do that, I will do it. But if there's some mornings that I just want to sleep to 9, I can do that as well. I want to create a lifestyle where I'm present, right? Experiencing everything. They say there's power in being present. So I want to be present. I want to slow down and experience everything. I want to be able to sit out on my front porch sipping my tea in the morning. I want to be sipping my tea. If I want to be dressed, I'm dressed for the day, or if I'm just sitting on my porch with my robe on. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to step out and sit out on the porch or stand out there and sip my tea. I want to be able to um, offer digital products. Yep, digital products, and look at other multiple ways to bring in income. Just so that I can travel more. Yes, your girl loves to travel. Yes, I do. There's a couple of countries and places I have to see. So I do have a list that I have written down of all the places I want to visit. So in order to do that, I have to set myself out that if I'm working, I can work from my internet, right? No matter where I'm at, I can be on vacation, still be speaking with a client. So that's why I'm setting myself up to, so I can have that freedom based lifestyle, not having to answer to anyone but just myself, right? Of course, we always got to answer to our family and our kids, but you know what I'm saying. I don't have to answer to our supervisor or boss. So that's one of my goals too, for career and business. And then another thing I want to also keep continuing in developing is my spiritual growth, right? We all should be on some spiritual growth. No matter what your beliefs are, we should be on a spiritual growth, right? Nobody's wrong and nobody's right. That's how I see it. Your spiritual practices, beliefs, value is your business. It's not my business or anyone else's business, right? Because it's always this huge debate of who's right and who's wrong. And I don't like to get into those debates. You believe what you believe and what fits your lifestyle, period. So, with that being said, right? Because we get a lot of people that have strong opinions and they believe they can never be wrong. How about this? We're all wrong. Nobody has the truth. Nobody has the truth. As much as history and things have been altered, nobody, not one person has the truth, right? You believe what works for you and your lifestyle. So, with spirituality, I definitely want to read more spiritual books. I want to grow in my spirituality and just have my own one relationship, what I call God, higher power, or universe, whatever you call it, Jesus Christ, whatever you call it, form that relationship, right? Um, there's some other spiritual work that I love to do right now where I'm implementing right now. I'm doing more stillness and meditation. I'm doing more breathing. Yes, just doing more breathing. I'm doing all these things because these were I believe the spiritual practices will also translate into my health, improve my health, right? So at age 50, we really need to be very mindful if you're in your chapter 50 or 60s or whatever chapter you are. It don't really matter. You can be in chapter 20, 30, 40. You need to put some things in place, right? To make sure you're always operating with the highest level of health. I want to have the highest level of feeling good every day when I wake up. I don't want to be any pain or aches or whatever. I want to be feeling good. So I have to do the things and be consistently showing up for myself when it's concerning my health. Meaning, you need to move the body. You need to do your breathing, your stretching. Okay, it's so important. Guys, start now. Start now. Create a ritual, a routine of doing things for your body, for your health, right? Pour into your health, whether it's scheduling your doctor's appointments, your dental appointment. Do those things. I'm telling you, do it and keep up with that, right? Keep up with your health. So I am working on that area of my life as well. And then there's a certain type of lifestyle that I have been really thinking about. I want to lead. So I have to do all these things so I can live what I call a more slow luxury lifestyle. Now, when I say slow and luxury, I'm not talking about you got to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on designer wares, and that's not what luxury is to me at the age of 50. Luxury to me is be able to do what I want to do without having to answer to anybody. The freedom. That is luxury to me. That is a slow life to me. Getting up and saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna book a flight, and I'm gonna go to such and such." That is what it's all about, my friends. Living a slow life, right? Living in luxuriously life, living in luxury, in luxury, right? So, luxury is defined how you want to define it. Some people define it by buying the 10K bags, the whatever $1,000 bags. Those things are nice, but they're not necessary for me. Only how I would invest in something like that if I know there was a rate of return, an RO, an ROI, right? You know, a lot of people, rich and affluent people, will buy, certain art and certain things, antique cars and certain, things that have a ROI, a return on investment, right? I want to be very mindful that when I'm spending, if I'm spending large quantities or large sums of money, I'm putting my money into where I can get a return on my investment. So that's what I'm doing on this 11/11, on this magical day, right? I am sitting here thinking about this is what I want my life to look like, and trusting, believing, and knowing that the universe has my back. The universe has my back, and I'm not worried about the how. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest blocker, is worrying about how you're going to get there. Don't worry about the how, because I promise you, as long as you start, doors will open, opportunities will come from out of nowhere. You're going to be like, what in the world? Right? It's just writing it down what you want and moving towards it, taking small steps, doing the daily tasks to get to your goal. And I promise you, people will come, opportunities will open up, things will just like magically happen, like as if magic. And you're like, what? How did I get here? You look up and you be like, oh my God, I had all this help and assistance. And all I did was write my list and started taking action. But what I will say, if you want things to expedite and move quicker and faster, then I would say you would need to practice some spiritual principles, right? Like gratitude, right? Be grateful for everything, the good and the bad, the negative and the positive. Be grateful about it, right? Um, I have started doing what I call a thankful and gratitude list, which I do on Thursday. But I write on this journal, anytime I have something that I'm very thankful and grateful for, I'll write it down into the journal. But by the end of the week, I'm hoping to have like 10 things that I'm grateful for, right? And you can do it daily. Some people do gratitude daily. I try to do it. I know I do it daily because when I wake up, the first thing I do is say thank you, thank you, thank you, right? I'm always in a state of gratitude. And I believe that gratitude really opens the door for even more manifestation, more abundance, more alignment, more opportunities. Gratitude brings in the right people at the right time. So that's one of the things that I love doing right now is practicing gratitude. I love journaling. I like writing out my thoughts. I like scripting. That's some of the things that I do enjoy in chapter 50, and I will continue to do that. Now, will I be adding anything more on my plate? Well, right now, as some of you guys may be aware of, I am currently in school. I am working on a master degree program, and I will share a little bit more. If you're on my email newsletter, you probably already know. For those who are subscribed to the newsletter, you probably already know what I'm doing for school, or you may have listened to a prior video and I may have mentioned it. But if not, I'm excited about this role that I'm taking. I kept saying, oh, I'm not going back to school, I'm not getting a master's degree, and here I am working on a master's degree. I'm excited about it, and it's a lot of work, but at the end, I know that it will pay off. And then this new skills that I'm learning, I will be applying on this video along with my Reiki energy healing. I'll be kind of combining the two therapies, and that way I can add more value to you guys, more assistance to you guys, right? Because at this day and time, people are always looking for answers, right? They're looking for the answers, they're looking for solutions, right, to their problems. So I'm hoping to go live, and we'll start back doing like, we'll start by talking about like mental ailments. We'll talk about interventions. We'll talk about treatments, right? We'll start sharing more of that. But the best thing you can do for yourself at this point in time, at this point, is really, really work on your energy, right? Work on elevating your energy, bringing your energy to the highest level, right? And not in the low vibrating energy. And low vibrating energy is just having a negative attitude, worrying, thinking the worst, right? Lack of joy, lack of peace, right? When I talk about master your energy, you want to be operating from the higher frequencies, the higher thoughts. You want to be operating in happiness, peace, joy, abundance, wealth, right? You don't want to be operating on the low vibrating frequency, because we have enough people operating there that are very negative, very low. We have a lot of energy vampires that will drain your energy if you're around them too long, right? It's all about like shifting who you allow in your environment, the places that you go, right? Make sure it's not low vibrating places, make sure they're high frequency places. Make sure you are surrounding yourself with like minded people that are just on a different level. They're not thinking negative. These people are forward thinkers, thought leaders. They have new ideas, concepts, and they don't mind sharing. They're not gatekeepers, right? Even though I do believe that some things you do need to gatekeep and keep to yourself. Some things you don't. You need to go ahead and share it, because somebody may need that valuable piece of information. So you don't want to gatekeep. You just need to know when it's the right timing. Timing is everything. Divine timing is everything, right? Check in with spirit before you release or share anything, and ask, is this okay for me to share right now, or should I hold off, right? Some things that you're working on, you don't need to share, right? Not with everybody. You got to be careful, because some people do not have the right energy. They don't have the right frequency or vibration, right? They don't always want the best for you, right? You have to be mindful of that. And then you want to surround yourself with people that do want the best for you, that clap and cheer for you and congratulate you. So you want to be mindful about your environment and who you are allowing in your space. Because, girl, I can go on about the energy vampires, the draining people, the draining co-workers, colleagues. I can go on and on and on about it, but I won't. That deserves its own video. But today it's all about being high vibe, being in a state of abundance, being in a state of wealth. And abundance is everything. You have abundance in your relationship, abundance in your career, abundance in everything that you touch, your health. You have an abundant health, right? You have an abundant spiritual life. Okay. So abundance is everything to me. Is your career, your family, your health, your state of mind, your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual, okay, and physical health. All that is abundance to me when you're feeling good and you're not in any pain, right? And pain don't always have to show up in physical pain. You can have mental pain, emotional pain, right? You may have some spiritual pain, some spiritual hurt, right? We have a lot of people that are waking up. A lot of people are doing research and they're finding out, like, hey, I've been bamboozled. I have not been told the truth. I don't think anybody's been told the truth, right? I think everything has been made up or altered in some ways, right? And we're just now, a lot of us are, on a spiritual walk. A lot of people are turning away from uh, religion, right? Man made religion, right? And they want to know the truth, right? They want to know the truth. They don't want to be manipulated and controlled, right? So a lot of people are having an awakening journey. And if you're on your awakening journey, comment below and let me know, because you're not the only one. I've been on this journey for, I don't know, let me see. I think my late 20s is when I started questioning everything, because things were not making sense, right? Things were not making sense. So I went on my own journey, started asking a lot of questions, started researching, and then finding out a lot of things weren't totally true. Yeah, after doing the research. So I've been shifting, you guys. I've been cleaning out my mindset, decluttering my mindset from like negativity. I've been constantly cleaning social media, right? I'm being very mindful and thoughtful about who I, connect with on social media. So I've been like unfriending or unfollowing um, different platforms just because it doesn't align with where I'm headed in this chapter. So I've been decluttering my social media. I only want to see, like, in my feed, things that's going to help improve me, right? Things that are going to help me with my mindset, things that are going to be educational to get me closer to where I need to be. So I'm very mindful of what I allow on social media, what I want to see in my Facebook feed. I don't like to see a lot of negativity. I don't watch the ABC, CNN, Fox. I don't watch none of the media. Mm-mm. Nope, I sure don't. I don't follow their pages. If I did at one point, I unsubscribed. I've been trying to, you know, unfollow, unfriend certain platform people, right? If they're posting a lot of like stuff that's out of alignment, right? I unfriend it, because every day we're programming ourselves. We program ourselves for what we see on social media. We program ourselves on what we watch on TV. I don't watch a lot of TV, by the way. I stopped watching TV years and years ago. I try to be very careful about, like, if I am gonna watch television, watch a movie, or go to the movie, I try to be very mindful what movie I'm going to watch, what I'm going to view. So I don't even like. I remember back in the days I used to watch in my teenage years. I used to watch like all the Freddy Kruegers and Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't even like those type of movies anymore. I don't know. It just bothers my spirit. But I remember back in the days when I was a teenager, I would watch all that stuff. But now I can't even stand it. I can't stand the noise. It starts to bother my spirit. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot watch these movies. But on this 11/11, I just wanted to come in here and just share my heart, share some thoughts about like what I'm doing on 11/11, what I've been thinking about on 11/11, because I know and I understand this is a portal, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, and I hope you guys enjoy this update, and I will be back again to share again on what is going on and what I'm working on and what I'm doing to help, elevate my life, calm my nervous system, right? What I'm doing in chapter 50, which is midlife, right? Some of you guys may be there, some of you guys may not. If not, these tips and strategies work as well in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, right? So with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video and talk to you later. Have a great night.